From shocking reality TV appearances to bizarre training methods, today I'll tell you about 10 surprising facts about NFL players that you probably had no idea about. Let's go! First on the list, one of the most controversial names in recent NFL history, Deshaun Watson. Did you know that this Cleveland Browns quarterback had to cough up a whopping $5 million? Yes, whole $5 million fine to the NFL? But it wasn't a bribe or just any fine. It was part of a massive scandal that literally shook the league. It was when allegations of sexual misconduct against Watson began surfacing. It all started in March 2021, when attorney Tony Busby filed the first lawsuit on behalf of a massage therapist. But that was only the beginning. By the end of that month, 21 women had come forward with similar accusations. At first, people speculated, was this all about money? But in April 2021, two women, Ashley Solis and Laura Baxley, revealed their identities. Solis even broke down while stating that Watson's actions had caused her severe emotional and professional distress.
And I hurried up and covered him with the towel, and he said, "Oh, you don't have to worry about the towel." And I said, "Yes, I do."
So then what happened?
He requested that I work on his abdomen. But the moment I went above his navel, he told me he didn't want me to work there. He wanted me to work lower. He just kept directing me to go lower and don't be scared. You can go in there, and I just started really freezing up at this point.
Can you explain that?
Like a wave just took over my body. I felt so hot. I was sweating. It was getting more and more clear that this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I thought the session was gonna be.
As the allegations piled up, the situation became even more intense. Eventually, 24 lawsuits were filed against Watson. Some of the women even took their cases to the police, but after a thorough investigation, two Texas grand juries declined to indict him on criminal charges in March 2022. Legally, he walked free. But that didn't mean he was off the hook. Watson still had to face civil lawsuits, and over time, he reached settlements with nearly 24 accusers. And what Watson has to say about all these? He denied all allegations all along, stating that he has never assaulted, disrespected, or harassed any woman in his life.
And what I was saying is, yes, I never assaulted, disrespected, or harassed anyone. But at the same time, I do understand that I do have regrets as far as the impact that it's have on the community and people outside of just myself. And that includes my family, that includes this organization, that includes my teammates in this locker room that have to answer to these questions, that includes, the fan base of the Cleveland Browns, that includes males, females, everyone across the world.
Despite avoiding criminal charges, the NFL launched its own investigation. Later, Watson was suspended for 11 games. On top of that, he was hit with a $5 million fine and ordered to undergo mandatory counseling.
The NFL suspended Watson for 11 games, fined him $5 million for violating the league's personal conduct policy.
Unlike Deshaun Watson, our next NFL star didn't get into trouble over women. He was literally paid to be around them. Yep. At number 9, we're talking about Travis Kelce, who once starred in a wild reality dating show where he dated 50 women at the same time. Early in his career, a TV network saw his charm, charisma, and pretty boy looks and gave him the chance to boost his fame with a reality TV show, Catching Kelce.
My name is Travis Kelce.
And I'm looking for love.
I'm getting the opportunity to date 50 beautiful women from this God-loving country.
Kelce was the leading man in Catching Kelce, where 50 women, one from each U.S. state, competed for his heart. They lived together in a mansion, faced challenges, and did everything they could to win a date with the NFL star. And let's be real, the show was as chaotic as it sounds.
My dad played football in the NFL.
Who's your favorite team?
Broncos.
I hate them.
What? I'm the biggest Chiefs fan, and you are my dad's favorite player.
You are absolutely gorgeous. Missouri. Dad's already a fan, huh? It's been the craziest roller coaster of my life.
After weeks of drama, eliminations, and awkward reality TV moments, Kelsey picked Maya Benberry as the winner. Not so surprising, but their relationship didn't last long, and they broke up shortly after the show ended. Fast forward to today, and Kelsey may have finally found his perfect match, and that is none other than global pop icon Taylor Swift. Now that's a love story worth cheering for. What do you guys say? And you know what else is worth cheering for? Having you as a subscriber. So go ahead, hit that button, and stay updated on the wildest content we've got coming your way. At number 8, we have Odell Beckham Jr., and at this point, we're not talking about the ladies anymore. We're talking about the balls he plays with. You probably know him for his legendary catches and game-changing plays in the NFL. But Odell's journey to football stardom wasn't as straightforward as for most NFL players. From the age of 3, soccer was Odell's first love. His skills were so remarkable that by the time he was 13 or 14, he was being scouted for the national team. He was even presented with a golden opportunity to play professionally in Europe. But the young OBJ chose to stay close to his family, and thus he took the life-changing decision of turning down a shot at European soccer greatness.
Soccer was my first sport when I was playing at 3 years old, and they wanted me to join the national team when I was 13, 14, and I didn't get to make it there, you know what I mean? It was a decision you had to make when you're young, and you kind of have to go to Europe, and I didn't want to leave my family, so I stuck to the more American sports, but soccer definitely helped me out throughout my entire career.
The crazy part is that even as a football legend, Odell's passion for soccer never left. Ever noticed how during NFL games, he's often seen kicking the football like it's a soccer ball? Also, he's often seen training with pro soccer stars, and he even hangs out with one of the biggest names in the sport, Cristiano Ronaldo.
And Odell got so good that he eventually got an opportunity to travel all the way to Europe to become a pro, until he decided not to go.
Soccer was my first sport when I was playing at 3 years old, and they wanted me to join the national team.
It's no surprise, Odell's touchdown celebration was inspired by none other than Cristiano Ronaldo's signature C leap. Next, we've got another athlete who also had to choose between two sports. At number 7, we have your favorite 4-time NFL MVP, Aaron Rodgers. Just like Odell Beckham Jr., he had a tough decision to make. Baseball or football? Back in high school, Rodgers was a dominant pitcher with a fastball. Some believed he had a real shot at making it to the big leagues. And given his talent, many assumed he chose football because of his smaller frame. But according to Rodgers, it wasn't about size, it was about opportunity. In an interview with Fox Sports, Rodgers shared that, at the time, the recruiting process wasn't what it is today. There were no social media highlights, elite Nike camps, or viral clips to help young athletes get noticed. He once attended the University of Illinois football camp, won MVP, and still got overlooked for a scholarship. That rejection didn't just fire him up, it basically locked in his decision to stick with football. And, well, safe to say, that decision paid off. Aaron Rodgers went on to become a Super Bowl champion and one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. By now, he won 4 NFL MVP awards. For 2011, 2014, 2020, and 2021 NFL seasons. Seeing him on the field is like pleasure to the eyes. I'm sure the Green Bay Packers and football fans everywhere are definitely glad he went for football over baseball. Now, what if I told you that, just like Odell Beckham Jr. and Aaron Rodgers, Tyreek Hill was also on the fence about which sport to pursue? That's right. Once he seriously considered a career in track and field. At number 6, we'll tell you all about it. Before he was burning defenders on the field, he was torching competition on the track. Nicknamed Cheetah for a reason. Hill was an elite sprinter in high school and even won a gold medal at the 2012 World Junior Championships. But football and track aren't the only things Tyreek has a need for speed in. He's also obsessed with race cars. If the NFL ever kicks him to the curb, this man has got nothing to worry about because he's been secretly training to become a race car driver. And trust me, his love for racing runs deep. You know it's serious when a guy casually admits, "I bought a 720 McLaren like it's no big deal."
I mean, I bought my car like later down the road. I bought a 720 McLaren.
Okay.
But just owning fast cars wasn't enough. Hill wanted to experience the real thing. When he moved to Miami, home to one of the biggest racing events, he got a first-hand look at a pit crew in action and even hopped into a 200-mile-per-hour race car.
Oh my! Pit crew, let's go, baby. Let's go. That experience right there, that is why I see they don't let a lot of people do that. So that is so much fun, bro. And I think they should allow people to do that. And that was next level right there.
Tyreek actually thinks he can outrun a car. When asked how much of a head start he'd need to beat an F1 car to the 50-yard line, he confidently said,
You and an F1 car are racing to the 50-yard line. How many yards of a head start do you need to be able to beat the car?
All I need is like at least 15 yards. I'm beating that. 15 to 20, I'm beating the F1 car easily. You know what's crazy? I actually tested this against my McLaren. I raced my McLaren.
Continuing our countdown of NFL players with a hidden talent in another niche, let's talk about Khalil Mack at number 5. While we know Khalil for his insane defensive skills on the football field, there's another talent you might not expect. And that is Khalil's guitar expertise.
And today we have another outstanding guest. He happens to play guitar as well. And he was a 2016 Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack.
Appreciate it.
Oh, boy.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Mack's guitar skills aren't just a fun hobby. He's actually been playing since his college days at the University of Buffalo, where he taught himself how to play.
Oh, this boy is nice. You way better than Joey.
But it gets even better. Khalil's hidden talent didn't stop at just playing guitar. His singing skills actually became a source of entertainment for his teammates, especially during his time with the Oakland Raiders. In fact, they would challenge him to sing and often urge him to belt out some R&B songs. The same linebacker who strikes fear into opponents is also the guy keeping the locker room entertained with his smooth vocals. We've got a delicious one at number 4. Bet you didn't know Joe Burrow has a steak named after him. When Burrow won the Heisman Trophy, his acceptance speech wasn't just about football. He spoke about food insecurity in his hometown of Athens, Ohio, bringing attention to a struggle many families face daily. His words struck a chord with Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse.
The speech he gave, accepting the Heisman Trophy.
And I'm up here for all those kids in Athens and in Athens County that, go home to not a lot of food on the table, hungry after school. And you guys can be up here too.
That moved me. And that's what I thought about. And our foundation deals with similar things with childhood poverty in Cincinnati.
The table is set.
The restaurant created a Cajun-style blackened strip steak with Creole crawfish sauce in honor of Burrow's advocacy. But this wasn't just a fancy dish. It was a way to give back. Proceeds from the meal went toward fighting hunger in Southeast Ohio, making a direct impact on the community Burrow cares so deeply about. See, Burrow's influence is going far beyond football. This man is using his platform to tackle real-world issues, and that's hands down amazing. At number 3, we have an unbelievable story of loyalty and friendship, when an NFL star went straight to the president to get his friend out of prison. I'm talking about Lamar Jackson and rapper Kodak Black. They have always had a strong bond, both coming from Pompano Beach, Florida. They've supported each other for years, Kodak repping Lamar's jersey, pulling up to his games, and even gifting him diamond chains. while Lamar has hyped Kodak's music and even appeared in his music video. But in 2019, their friendship was tested in an unexpected way. Kodak Black was sentenced to nearly 4 years in federal prison on weapons charges.
Arrest warrant has been issued for South Florida rapper Kodak Black. Officials say Bill Capri, better known as Kodak Black, violated the conditions of his pretrial release.
Lamar wasn't having it. Instead of just voicing his frustration, he took things to another level. He literally tweeted, tagging directly at then-President Donald Trump, urging him to grant Kodak clemency. He argued that Kodak's punishment was way too harsh for a non-violent offense. In a surprising turn of events, just days later, Trump included Kodak Black on his list of last-minute pardons before leaving office, effectively granting him clemency. Just imagine what a loyal friend can do for you. At number 2, we're diving into something straight out of a horror movie. It was when the NFL star Sam Darnold encountered some real-life paranormal activities. It all started when George Kittle moved into what he thought was his dream home, a fully customized place where he planned to live comfortably. But things took a terrifying turn when his teammate Sam Darnold came over and experienced something unexplainable.
I woke up, and you know how sometimes you have a dream and then you wake up and you feel like you can't move for like maybe 4 or 5 seconds, whatever it is. And I felt that, and I woke up, it was like 3 a.m., went to go take a pee, and came back, fell right asleep. And then that next night, the same thing happened, and I just couldn't, I had to keep focusing on this thing in the, there was something else.
The Hat Man.
In the room. And it just felt like when I woke up, there was something holding on to me. And then that next night, I felt that something was in the room with me. Jesus. And it was the freakiest thing. I'm getting chills talking about it right now, but that's never happened to me before.
Whether you believe in ghosts or not, this story is downright creepy. Could it be the infamous Hat Man? Or was it just Darnold's mind playing tricks on him? Whatever it was enough to make a pro athlete fear for his life. At number 1, we've got the wildest, most dangerous training method in the game. Aaron Donald literally dodges knives to become an unstoppable force on the field. Yeah, you heard that right. The secret behind Donald's insane reflexes isn't just weightlifting or speed drills, it's training with actual knives. His coach first introduced the knife drill to simulate real-time attacks, forcing Donald to react with lightning speed. At first, even Donald was caught off guard, but over time, the technique sharpened his instincts to the point where offensive linemen didn't stand a chance against him. Hey, did you enjoy these wild NFL stories? If you did, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more, and drop a comment telling us your favorite moment. What other crazy NFL controversies or hidden stories should we cover next? Let us know. And don't go anywhere.